Coming up on Lindenwood News, the St. Louis Pride Festival loses a big sponsor.
Plus, Pickleball with the President will be taking place April 16th.
And the women's basketball team competed in the Super 16 of the WNIT tournament last week. We'll see if they're able to keep their season alive and move on to the Elite Eight.
Those stories and more ahead on Lindenwood News. Welcome to this edition of Lindenwood News. I'm Tori Hatton.
And I'm Kendall Michelson.
President Donald Trump's financial threat on DEI programs is affecting the LGBTQ+ community.
And in St. Louis, they lose one of their biggest Pride Fest supporters. Carmen Luckins is here in the studio with this story.
I also had a chance to talk with a Lindenwood GSA member to get their thoughts on the announcement. Here's what they said. Large companies are pulling out of this year's Pride Festival. With the recent executive orders against DEI, companies are hesitant to support the LGBTQ+ community. After 30 years of support, Anheuser-Busch announces their decision not to provide funding for this year's Pride Festival in St. Louis.
Like 30 years of sponsorship from this company, so them losing that sponsorship, it put them in a very financial struggle, honestly, and now they're having to be the ones to pick up the slack.
Regardless of the loss of sponsorship, the St. Louis Pride Festival plans to continue their annual event that brings the LGBTQ+ community together. St. Louis is running a 45 for 45 campaign to raise funds. They look forward to their 45th year of the festival.
It allows us the opportunity to be able to connect with other people that are in the area of wherever the Pride Fest is taking place. It gives us opportunity to network, and it also gives us a safe space to go.
Lindenwood University has their own LGBTQ+ community. The Gender and Sexuality Alliance at Lindenwood is not concerned about the position to continue their role on campus amid the DEI pushback.
Like within this school year, GSA has literally come back from kind of being silent and really dormant for the last few years or so. So now that we have a solid board and a lot of different programming that we have planned and that we currently have in the works for the next school year, I don't believe that anything will happen.
The resilience of the community shows as they work through these challenges. And on Friday, Procter & Gamble, amongst other companies, announced they would not be sponsoring Pride St. Charles, and both organizations are seeking donations and volunteers to ensure the celebrations continue. Now back to you.
Students gathered on Evans Lawn to listen to live music at the first ever Lindenwood Stock. The festival featured 5 bands comprised of Lindenwood students.
To sleep tonight.
That was Spencer Atwood Band, who kicked off the music festival aside from listening to covers and original songs. Students also enjoyed the sweet and savory crepes and cups of Italian ice, all for free. The students' musicians were able to showcase their talents to the campus. Ethan Massey, the lead singer of Exen, attributes the quality of his music to his close connections with his bandmates.
Like I said, we haven't played in a long time together, but I'm feeling good because, everyone can play. That's kind of a thing in the industry. It's like everyone can play, but you got to be a good hang. And so when I was looking to be in a band with these guys, I found friends first, as cheesy as it sounds, best friends first, and then, people who fit the style second. And so the music we make comes from a better place.
The musicians enjoyed playing for students at the festival and hope there is another opportunity at a second Lindenwood Stock next year.
If you're a fan of pickleball, get your paddle. President Porter is looking for challengers. Every April, Lindenwood hosts its annual Pickleball with the President event in the pickleball courts outside of Evans. The event was originally scheduled for today in the afternoon, but yesterday Lindenwood made the decision to move the event to April 16th due to harsh weather conditions.
Only 7 minutes away from Lindenwood's campus, drive-through coffee stand 7 Brew opened up their new location. 7 Brew's opening has been in high demand in St. Charles for a while now, the closest location being in Cotterville, Missouri. The drive-through stand has a variety of different flavors you can mix and match to any variation of coffee, energy drink, smoothie, or tea. Some of their most popular drinks include the cinnamon roll, the white chocolate mocha, and the blondie.
Coming up in sports, the women's basketball team played in the Super 16 of the WNIT tournament. We'll see if they were able to take down the Louisiana Tech Texters to get to the Elite Eight. Plus, the Lindenwood baseball is off to a strong start in conference. Play more on their weekend sweep and future matchups coming up.
Lindenwood women's basketball competed in the Super 16 of the WNIT tournament last week. The Lions took down Tulsa University and Tarleton State to get to the match up against Louisiana Tech. LA Tech started off the game strong. However, the Lions worked to gain the lead back and maintain it, ending the first half 37-27. The second half was an all-out battle between both teams, having multiple lead changes throughout. LA Tech ended up defeating Lindenwood with a final score of 68-64. The loss ended the Lions' historic postseason run, as Lindenwood finished with a record of 23-11 on the year. The Lindenwood baseball team is in their second month of the season. The Lions are currently sitting at 14-15 overall and 4-2 in conference play. After adding 20 new faces to the roster, the Lions are seeing the most success yet since converting to Division I. This past weekend, Lindenwood swept OVC opponent UT Martin in a 3-game series. The pitching staff tossed 2 shutouts, while the offense put up a total of 16 runs in the series. The Lions wrapped up their homestand last night with a 3-0 loss to Southern Illinois. This weekend, the team will face off against OVC opponent Little Rock University for an away conference series. It was a busy weekend for women's track and field as the team kicked off their season, competing in the Washington University Distance Carnival on Friday and the Billiken Invitational on Saturday, both in St. Louis. The Lions did not have as many competitors in the Wash U Distance Carnival, though did have notable moments, including freshman Abby Anderson taking 5th place in the women's 5,000-meter run. At St. Louis University, Lindenwood had a total of 8 top 4 finishers, as the team will be traveling to Cape Girardeau tomorrow for a 3-day meet at the Joey Haynes Invite. Back to you.
Last Saturday, high school football coaches from around the area came out for a Lindenwood football practice.
The Coaches Clinic gives high school coaches the opportunity to see how a Division I practice is run. Photographer Tyler Edwards visited the practice. Check it out.
Number one, why we always incorporate the clinic with a practice is because, obviously we get in the classroom, we talk a lot about X's and O's and stuff, but, what I hope that they take away is being able to come out and watch how a practice runs.
My favorite part about the clinic today was just being able to watch practice and see how efficient it was from like the D1 level.
I feel like being around experienced guys, you can always learn little nuggets to take back to your own system, and also hearing them their goals and what they have intent for the kids. And so it's good to take little pieces and take them back to your own program.
I think it's twofold. I think they get different ideas on how a practice can run, maybe from a different program. But it's cool because through our conversations we learn a lot from them too, like the things, maybe drills that they do. So it's something we love too. We learn, but that's really the emphasis. We want to kind of show how our team meetings work, how our team meetings go, and then move to practice and kind of so they can kind of see a tempo of a college practice and the situations we do, and maybe get a well-rounded experience coming out of it.
That's it for this edition of Lindenwood News.
Thanks for joining us.